Tonight I'm going to be talking about why businesses fail. You may remember a few weeks ago I spoke about businesses being broken. Tonight I'm going to talk about why. So as with that presentation, I'm going to share some statistics. 40% of businesses fail within the first year. 80% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. And 96% of businesses fail within the first 10 years. 96%, that's a lot. I believe that there are 3 reasons that this happens. The first is the entrepreneur creates a job instead of a business. The second one is that the entrepreneur has no idea how to create a profitable business model. And the third is the entrepreneur has no vision and business plan. So let me jump into number 1. The job versus the business. Structure and control. Well, oftentimes what happens is a business owner starts a company because they are great at something or they have a passion about something. But typically what happens is they create a job for themselves. They're good at doing whatever, and they create a company around that, and they're doing the work. The downside of that is there's no way to get out of that unless you break the model that you're in. And what you need to do is create systems and processes in order to get out of that broken system, okay? So if you don't want to have a job that you're in prison at, actually a lot of times the job sucks worse than the job you came from because you feel in prison and you're just not getting where you had hoped. If you don't break out of that, then it's going to be a nightmare for you. So create systems and processes so that you can train people, you can hire and train people to do the work that you do. You can delegate, and they'll do it exactly like you because you have systems documented that show them how to do it. Now let's talk about number 2. Most companies, most entrepreneurs don't know how to create a profitable business model. They are not about profit first. So let me paint a little bit of a picture here for you. Typically what happens is you start a company, you go out there and you sell whatever it is you do. Products, service, whatever. You collect the money and then you pay your expenses and your overhead, the operation side of the business, and then whatever is left over is your profits. Well, the problem with that model is you get paid, you collect the money, you pay your expenses, and then out on the other side is your profits. Unfortunately, there are no profits. It doesn't make it to this side. So, let me take that idea, that philosophy, that structure, that idea that they have. So, collect payment, pay bills, profit. Let's flip that on its ear, and what if we sold, got paid, paid ourselves first, and then paid our expenses? Well, what this would do is, first off, if you don't have enough money to pay the expenses at the end, that's a red flag that your expenses are too high. So this is a good thing too. Besides being a profitable business, it allows you to assess what your expenses are and if they're too high. So if you're just starting out with this philosophy, maybe you start small. You do 1% profit. 1% is better than 0%, and you're actually a profitable business now if you pay yourself first. Set up a bank account just for profits. Take it out immediately, bam, put it there. You're now a profitable company. What I would do, start with the 1% if money is tight, and each quarter bump it up a little bit until you get to the profit margins that you want to be. Now let's talk about number 3. No vision and just doing the work is the typical way business owners do business. What I'm saying is, let's start with the end in mind. What are you really trying to do? At the end of the day, you're trying to sell your business, not just your products. You want to build a business that you can sell, so you can retire or you can sell it to someone and have some time to yourself or pass it on to your family. You don't want to pass a nightmare company on to your family. So oftentimes what happens with new startups is they're putting out fires all the time. They're thinking of today, tomorrow, next week, this month. How am I going to pay bills? That's awful. That's a horrible way to run your business. So if you get the profitability thing right, you can start looking at the future. Let's plan, what is the business going to look like today, next month, next quarter, a year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now. If we plan what it's going to take to create a company that we can actually sell with processes, with people, the right people in the right seats, that is profitable, we're going to have something. But if you don't have the vision and you don't have a game plan or a business plan, you don't know how you're going to get there. So let me share an example real quick. What if you were driving cross country? So you're starting in New York and you want to go to California. Now, what if all the maps and all the signs had names, and actually you don't have any maps. Let's say it's just signs and there's a right and a left arrow, but no street names, no directional names, and you have to find your way. Could you get from New York to California? Yeah, of course you could. However, what if the signs now included not just right and left arrows, but included city names? Would you get there faster? Probably, if you know the geography between New York and California. Now, what if you had this right, left arrows, you had the city and state names, you had north, south, east, west? Would you get there much quicker? Of course you would. And let's say you now have a map and you plan your route this time. You know exactly how you're going to go. Would you get there much faster? Of course you would. Now let's say you wanted to be specific. Let's say you wanted to go to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. From New York, if you type that into your GPS system, would you get there much quicker if you took the shortest, most direct route? Yes, of course you would. The same is true for a business. You need to create a vision where we're going, the San Francisco Bridge in California, and then you need to create a plan, a business plan for how are you going to get there? What are the steps it's going to take to get you there? So at the end of the day, start with the end in mind and you'll overcome the no vision plan. Create that step-by-step process in your business plan and you'll get there. Think about the profit first model and create systems and processes so you can hire the right people and you can delegate the work and get out of the job and create a business that you can sell. There you go. This is Dale Berkebile. Thank you very much for your time and have a great day.